Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Trilby's Notes. Alright, now that I left you on that cliffhanger, somewhere in the Atlantic, July 25th, AD 1789. Mbauta had been a great warrior. Mbauta, maybe it's Mbauta. Mbauta had been a great warrior. In battle, his skill was thought unmatched in all of Africa. He had had respect, a great house, a slew of beautiful women, children to make any father proud. But through just one mistake, it had all been torn away. His mistake was standing by his beloved king when the invaders from the coastal kingdom arrived. Now his great house was ruined, his women raped, his children murdered. And for Mbauta, the worst fate of all, sold to the white men in exchange for weapons, shackled with his fellows in the hold of a slave ship. Mbauta was strong. Perhaps he could have lived as a slave, but then came the sickness. A simple fever, no doubt to be gone the next day, but the white men took no chances and threw him overboard. For days, Mbauta drifted, waiting for the black cloud of death to descend. Having lost everything, he now sought only the embrace of the deep, a welcome end to a life betrayed. But the end did not come then. Coming around, Captain. Voices, unfamiliar, speaking in unfamiliar language. Mbauta was suddenly terrified that the slavers must have returned, but he was as weak as a newborn and could not move or speak. Looks like we picked him up just in time. Don't know how long he's been drifting out here, but he can't have lasted much longer. Good Lord. Look upon it, men. The greatest evidence we have of humanity's inherent evil. Never forget that, men. Sailors such as you or I did this, left this poor wretch to die. Slavers aren't sailors like you or I, Captain. No. I do not know how those devils can have the audacity to still call themselves human. Agreed. Today, there is no pride in being an Englishman. Find our new passenger some quarters. Make him comfortable. Passenger, Captain? Captain, every innocent who sets foot on my ship is a free man. Is there something about this policy you find questionable? Not at all, Captain. No, these were not the slavers. The ship was different, less crowded with terrified black faces. There was anger in the voices of the white men, but not directed at Mbauta. Still frightened, but somewhat reassured, Mbauta passed out. Days passed, and Mbauta's health was restored. To have been rescued by the ship of these good white men had been a fantastic stroke of good fortune. He decided that it had been the will of the gods that he should survive, and that proper thanks would be in order. An idol, that was the answer. If he could just find some suitable wood and a sharp blade, he would carve the finest idol of his life. Well, hot dang, and now we control Mbauta. I'm pronouncing it as best I can. It's like Mbauta. Also, technically, this isn't part of the end of part 5, but I didn't get to do that from earlier. Now, did I? Well, because I left you on the cliffhanger. So, I'm about to stare blankly. All right. Well, let's just. Can I look at the ship? The Sea Angel was a small clipper built for speed and the fast delivery of cargo. It was late in the evening, and there were few crewmen on deck. There were several crewmen tending the ship scattered around the deck. Despite the language barrier, Mbauta could tell they were friendly and cordial. Look at the sea. The weather was calm, and the sea was steady as a picture. Can I just look at anything like the barrels? One or two wooden barrels were scattered around for convenient reach. Mbauta could not understand the white man's language. Any communication would have to be nonverbal. Punch the white man! Oh, I didn't understand white. Oh, okay, but you understood punch the man. To attempt violence upon these men who had been so kind to Mbauta was unthinkable. You're right. Psych! Psych! Punch him! Punch him! Oh, it doesn't work. Throw man overboard. I didn't understand overboard. Look at the boat. A little jolly boat was here, apparently undergoing some repairs. Okay. Can I go beyond? Nope. I can't climb up that little ledge of my feet. It's like Link, who doesn't know how to climb. Although that was like old Link. Link can actually like climb up stuff now. A sturdy ladder led down to the darkened cargo hold. O'Malley shipping? Alright, because of the whole Irish thing? Well, okay, not necessarily for here, I guess, but... The hold was plunged into almost total darkness. With the memory of the slave ship still recent, Mbata was unwilling to venture from the light. A large crate was sitting in the shaft of the light, with letters stencil... sorry, I feel like the top part is moving. It's my eyes as I scroll across that it's giving me an illusion of movement. Anyways, a large crate was sitting in the shaft of light, with letters stenciled on that Mbata did not recognize. It was cheaply made with poor quality nails, and some of the boards looked ready to fall off. A strong smell of tea rose from the cracks in the wood, but Mbata had no interest in the actual contents of the crate. The wood of the crate seemed ideal for Mbata's intentions. He decided to leave it here until he was ready to carve the idol. Oh. So I need a knife. How could I, Trilby, possibly have known what Mbata was carrying that day? I don't know, Trilby. Figure it out. I need something sharp. Climb. What was that guy using? Oh, take tool. Mbata doubted that he could have taken that with him. I need something... Okay, hold up. Mbata had no means to do so, and it would have been impolite. Well, fuck my ass. So wait, I need to be able to... What does the box say specifically again? Letters stenciled, poor quality nails. Can I take a nail? Not the mail. I'm about to doubt it. No. And if I want to take the wood, he'd leave it here until he was ready to carve the idol. So here's the problem. I can't go anywhere else here right now, and I can't communicate with these guys to ask for any kind of sharp thing. Take a letter. Okay, not good. Not good at all. Because I don't know. I don't understand where I'd be able to even progress anything. Mbata was talking to himself. I don't know. This is clearly going to be a combination of me not knowing what to go for / not knowing the key word that I'm looking for. Because I've got nothing. So I'll be right back. Okay, I should have figured as much. And it was saying it needs to be nonverbal, but like I don't know exactly what it would have meant, and I should have experimented more maybe. But he's using this to fix it. How am I supposed to know exactly? Because if I point at the chisel, I guess that he actually has in his hand. I didn't know what he had. I thought maybe he just had like hammer and nails. I don't know if it described that he had a chisel specifically, but all right there, laddie. Oh, I see. You want something to carve with. Here. The sailor handed Mbata a sharp, almost brand new workman's chisel. Just bring it back when you're finished with it. He's not going to understand that. Because look at this man here. Wait, hold up. Look at this boat. Undergoing some repairs. See, like, how would I have known to ask for chisel specifically? Now, okay, I guess to be fair, we know that this whole thing was about a chisel, but, like, I guess that's really the intent. It was for me to remember, oh yeah, this whole thing came about the chisel. It must have been what was involved, so. Alright. That's probably more on me then, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, well, you know he has a chisel now. Look at the chisel. A simple worksman chisel with the words Sea Angel carved into the handle. You know, I can't help but feel like I was pronouncing Sea Angel wrong somewhere else, or maybe it was a typo, or maybe it was just me. Who knows? Take the wood. With the chisel and wood of the crate, Mbata could finally create his offering. After several hours, Umbauta was very pleased with the result, a fine rendition of his kingdom's god of fertility and good fortune. All that remained now was to return the chisel. Oh. Well, look at that. Certainly it was the most finest idol Umbauta had ever carved, a fitting offering of thanks. Well, take the idol. Umbauta decided the idol was fine where it was. There was no need to move it. Oh, well, that doesn't quite make sense. Oh! Fuck me, dude. What the hell happened? It hurts. Oh, God. I'll bet it does. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Oh, it all hurts. I'm sorry. What? Oh, it's cutscene. Oh my God. The vision faded, and I felt myself being hurled forcefully back into the present day. That tall, thin creature, that black-clad ghoul, what was its significance to my predicament? Why did it appear again and again throughout history to spread death and horror? There was no connection to the idol's shape or Umbauta's tribal deities. The tall man was no fertility god. It must have been connected to the wood of that crate somehow. There had been a name on that crate. Umbauta hadn't been able to read it, but I, looking through his eyes, had. O'Malley Shipping. Could the owner have been an ancestor of Siobhan? It was a flimsy possibility, but at that point, my only lead. I resolved to discuss this with Siobhan at the earliest opportunity. Alrighty. Wow. Dude, I like the storytelling in this game. And it gets me legit creeped out. Oh, shit. There's another fucking note. Take the chisel. The chisel could provide no more answers. I had other leads to follow now. I recognized it being from the same source as the one under the painting in the lobby. Victim 4, the slave. So the other one was, the whole, and I realized it kind of after, it was talking like about, I guess, whole, the faux family with how, you know, the father, the king, and the this and that. So then this one's going to be talking about Umbauta, basically, connecting it to him, right? Victim 4, the slave. I, the fourth man who desired judgment, was the fourth man who desired judgment was the slave who had not been brought Freehorn's message, and tormented the wood that was the prince's soul with a sharpened blade. The prince came to him, and he struck the slave down, and he knew the name of the king. 2. And the prince said, "Not one of your household shall I leave alive, slave, for thrice now I have brought my warning, and any who still fail to heed shall be named as fool, and judged most unworthy in our sight." Well, god damn. Finally, Oh, it's you, Terry. I thought you might have been the serving staff at last. Oh, well, sorry to disappoint you. I'll be sure to continue to disappoint you throughout our encounters. Abed was sitting in one of the dining tables, his expression patient but somewhat confused. I don't know why I can't just, like... that was hardly a relevant discussion point. Is he hungry? Alright, well... Where's Siobhan? She said she was going to get a drink. I keep telling her it's not right for a girl her age to drink so much. But what do I know about young people today? Oh, she's going to be in the bar then. The bar. You continue to wait for the staff while I hopefully not shift into the fucking other realm. Mr. Railby, have you seen any of the hotel staff anywhere? I think they're all dead. I'm afraid not. Perhaps they go to bed early in these parts. I'll pour you a drink. I didn't think that would be a relevant discussion. Fucking excuse me for being curious. All right, about Sea Angel. Do you know anything about the history of your family? I wouldn't be much of a history student if I didn't, now would I? I'm researching my family tree as part of my diploma. That's ideal. I appreciate this. Appreciate this now sound like an odd question, but trust me when I say it's important. Did your family run a shipping company in the late 18th century? That is an odd question, but I do remember reading something about O'Malley Shipping. I'd have to check my notes. I left them in my book bag. Could you meet me in my room in about 5 minutes? I'm in 2A, next to Abed. Certainly. I'll see you there then. Well, how about that? I do at least appreciate that there's not a whole lot of like extra flavor text in this in terms of talking to them. It seems very straightforward because since you have to be very specific about what you ask, he wasn't going to put a ton of random things that you can like ask about. For my purposes, it makes it easier to just like, you know, play the game and get the job done. In this case, knowing what to ask about. All right, 2A. Unless we're ever given a reason to care, I'm just going to assume the other rooms will just never have anything of like value or use to us. We need to be prompted for it. Otherwise, we know 2A, 2B, and I'm in 3C, and that's all that matters for the purposes of our lives in this game. Gotta knock first. It's polite. Door's open. And that's a mistake. Yay, 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 yay. Come in, please, Terry. You have the papers? Where are your papers? Must you always get right down to business? Come and sit down. Let's talk. Oh, my. Don't mind if I do. How are you feeling? We were a little worried about you. I have these moments of illness. What do you want to talk about? Defoe Manor. Oh, it kind of interests me. I was really into the media coverage of the incident at the time. This client of yours, the one who wants the figurine, what does he know about it? Well, he has an interest in the occult, and there's some nonsense story going around about it. Something about the idol being a vessel for an evil ghost. I wasn't really paying attention. Really? I don't remember hearing about any of that in the reports. No, you wouldn't have. It wasn't widely... Have you heard the story that Trilby was in the house? I could feel cold sweat drooling down my spine. Every fiber of my being was concentrating on not giving any outward signs of alarm as Siobhan spoke of my secret name with wide-eyed enthusiasm. No one believes it, but Simone Taylor insisted it was true right up until, well, you know. She says he saved her from the house. I think that's a little far-fetched. That's exactly what Abed says. He says a ghost is one thing, but throwing Trilby into it just makes it seem silly. Truth be told, I don't think Abed believes in Trilby any more than he does ghosts. He's so grounded in reality. A sensible attitude. Have you always been an antique dealer? Siobhan, please. I came here to talk about... Let me put that another way. Have you ever been an antique dealer? I knew it. The outfit, the hat, Terry Railby. You're him. You were in Defoe Manor. And now you've come here to finish off the ghost. Siobhan, I always knew there was something else in this world, that there was something better, more glamorous, just below the surface. Will you take me with you? Listen to me. There's nothing glamorous about what I do. I live in shadows that threaten to consume me every single day. And if you pursue this any further, you're going to walk straight into one. What are you talking about? There's something extremely dangerous in the hotel. I don't know what it is, but... Oh, God. No! Oh, no, I tripped! It's cutscene! Hi? Oh! This concludes the text of the notes found in the Clanbrahman Hotel on August 4th by an STP investigative team. At the time of writing, Trilby remains missing in action. Well then, I knew I could do something because it paused and it had the symbol, you know, and the symbol's a really nice touch that it actually like shows you like it's expecting you to do something, right? We were not in that one. We were in this one. So it's expecting me to do something. Now, luckily I can just kind of mash through here, and I might even be able to save right in that instance. I'm honestly not surprised she figured it out, and she's like, "You're not an antique dealer, you lying bastard. You're him. Take you with me." Oh my god. Oh god, no, I'm gonna trip and oh. So as soon as I get control, alright. Look at the room! The Shadow Realm had intruded, and the tall man was waiting for me there. The tall man looked just like he did in my visions, stupidly tall and thin, as if he had been taken in two giant hands and stretched. Nothing in his face or body betrayed any emotion as he approached. Hello? Fight! Oh god! That's not fair. That's not fair at all. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. The game made me do it. Siobhan was out cold, but uninjured. She would probably be safe on her bed while I continued my investigation. Dude, can I see that again? An instant replay? Where were we? You know what? I don't remember which save I was on, so let me do this. Beg for mercy. Kick. Hiya. I assume a lot of actions would help me there. I just like, fight. Okay, so now that we've knocked her out, look, I didn't want to do it, okay? She came at me first. It was self-defense. I wonder if that means anything, though. Not to say that she is the tall man, but I don't know. That's but it's like clearly if I didn't do that, I'm dying in that realm. So it's like they're connected in some sort of fashion, but how exactly are things fully connected between the two worlds? I don't know. But all right, well, we're gonna let her sleep that off. So what did we gain? She discovered who I was, and we asked her about that. Okay. And she wanted to come with us. We didn't get to ask about anything proper. I'm not sure what our next step is. Oh, no. Her notes are in her bag. That's where it is. Okay, so we have our next plan of action. So in the next video, we'll go ahead and check out her notes and see what we can find from there for our next lead. So I'll see you then.